Spirit Airlines done tried it again, y'all. This dude named Adam Saleh. Adam Saleh was boarding a Delta airline, and apparently he was on the phone with his mother, and he was speaking to his mother in Arabic over the phone before the flight took off. People allegedly, people got offended and uncomfortable by the fact that he was speaking in Arabic and that they couldn't understand what he was saying. About 6 men who came up to him and were confronting him and telling them that, we're not comfortable with this, we don't know what you're saying or whatever. Eventually that caused a big enough ruckus for, the flight attendants and the captain of the airline to request for him to leave. If that man would have been speaking Italian, if he would have been speaking Chinese, if he would have been speaking Russian or Spanish, and he was white, nobody would have been uncomfortable with that. But because he was speaking Arabic, y'all had a problem with that. Now, let me be honest with y'all, and y'all be honest with me. Let's just keep it real, especially y'all ladies. Y'all know how it is. We go and get our nails done. I'm be sitting there getting my pedicure. She picking my toe jam and shaving away at my calluses, and she hit a little rough patch, and she turns to her coworker and she starts speaking to her in whatever Asian language that they have. And I'm sitting there like, okay, so what you trying to say? What you say about my corns? If you go on Adam Saleh's YouTube page, which he does have, he's a very prominent YouTuber. He has over 2 million followers. You will see videos of him capitalizing off of people's fear of Middle Eastern people. So, for example, he'll have a prank of a Muslim being on an airplane. I smuggled myself on a plane to another country and it worked. It's things like this that make me say, was this another joke to you that just went terribly wrong? Were you on that plane talking smack, being a little too boisterous, maybe even saying some trigger words that made people uncomfortable? So, for example, I was on a plane and I was sitting next to another black male and we were talking and we were in the middle of a conversation and he said blah, 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 and boom, da, 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 da. So the fact that he said boom, that alerted the flight attendants, and they came up to him and the flight attendant said, according to our regulations, that is a threatening statement. We're going to ask you to refrain from using that type of language on this airline. He was apologetic about it. He was actually quite embarrassed. And, he was on his best behavior. So I know that airlines are particularly sensitive to what other people say while they're on an aircraft. So, with that being considered, and given his background in capitalizing off of the fears and prejudices of other people, and him really just not taking things very seriously, it leads me to believe that this was a prank that went wrong. And he got a swift kick in the butt and realized that you can't go around here as an Arabic man and make jokes on an airplane that may be threatening to other people. You just can't do that. That's just like me being black in America. I cannot have an argument with a police officer while I'm getting pulled over. That just ain't happening. So y'all tell me what you think. If you was boarding a plane and you was sitting there chilling in your gummy worms, a guy comes on the plane. He's got a long robe, a turban, a long beard. He was speaking Arabic, saying prayers underneath his breath or something like that. What would you do? Would you just kind of shrug it off and be like, hey, it's another guy praying? Sometimes I pray before I leave on a plane. Or would that kind of make you uneasy? Until next time, you all, love and blessings.